I added this fungus to my soil. The decomposition speed is scary. Most gardeners underestimate one thing that controls everything underground: decomposition speed. You can have perfect compost, good watering, even balanced fertilizer, but if organic matter breaks down too slowly, your soil stays locked in a low energy state. Roots wait. Nutrients stay trapped. And growth becomes inconsistent for no obvious reason. The mistake is assuming decomposition is just about moisture and temperature. It's not. It's biology first, chemistry second. And when the right fungal networks are missing, soil becomes slow, even if everything else looks correct on the surface. Before I get into what I added to change this, I want to mention a tool I use constantly when testing how fast soil systems are actually functioning. It's a 4-in-1 soil moisture meter that checks moisture, pH, temperature, and sunlight intensity in real time. Most gardeners misread decomposition because they only judge the surface. But decomposition happens in layers. This tool helps you see when conditions are actually supporting microbial and fungal activity instead of just guessing. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. https://amazon.to/4usnoff. If you've ever added compost and seen no visible change for weeks, this is usually why. And this is where things get interesting. I started experimenting with a specific fungal inoculation approach in garden beds that were already healthy on paper but still slow in performance. These weren't dead soils. They had organic matter, decent moisture, even earthworms. But decomposition was sluggish. Leaves sat on top of beds for too long. Mulch stayed intact far beyond what it should. The system was stuck. So I introduced a fungal accelerator, something closer to decomposer fungi rather than plant-focused mycorrhiza alone. Within days, the behavior of the soil changed in a way that honestly surprised me. The key shift wasn't visible at first. It was heat and structure. You could feel the beds becoming biologically active. Moist organic matter started collapsing faster. Mulch layers began thinning without manual disturbance. And instead of material sitting on top of the soil, it started disappearing into it. This is what most people don't understand about fungi. Bacteria break things down fast but shallow. Fungi go deep, physically penetrating organic matter and restructuring it at a microscopic level. When the right fungal species dominate decomposition zones, they don't just rot material, they reorganize it into accessible plant food at a much faster rate. In one raised bed experiment, I layered dry leaves about 5 centimeters thick over compost-amended soil. Under normal conditions, that layer would take several weeks to visibly break down. After introducing the fungal inoculation, the structure collapsed noticeably within 5 to 7 days. Not gone completely, but clearly integrated into the soil profile much faster than expected. Now here's the part most gardeners get wrong. They think faster decomposition automatically means better soil. That's not always true. If decomposition is too aggressive without balance, you lose structure and moisture retention. So the goal is controlled acceleration, not uncontrolled breakdown. This is where observation matters more than theory. You start noticing signs like darker soil aggregation, softer mulch texture, and faster water infiltration without runoff. If water starts disappearing too quickly or soil becomes powdery, you've pushed too far. That's why I always monitor soil conditions during these transitions. When I say monitor, I don't mean guessing by touch alone. I use real readings to understand what's happening below the surface. Moisture levels, pH shifts, and temperature fluctuations tell you whether fungal activity is stabilizing the system or destabilizing it. That's also why a simple soil meter becomes useful in experimental phases like this. https://amazon.to/4usnoff in container systems, the effect is even more noticeable. Organic material that would normally sit partially decomposed starts breaking down evenly throughout the mix. That improves root penetration and reduces the dead zones you often see in potted plants where roots avoid certain sections of soil. In backyard beds, especially ones with heavy mulch systems, the fungal effect creates what I call quiet decomposition. You don't see disruption, but the soil gradually becomes more uniform, more crumbly, and more biologically active over time. One mistake I strongly caution against is expecting instant visible transformation everywhere. Fungal systems don't behave like chemical fertilizers. They build momentum. The first few days show subtle internal changes, and then suddenly the system shifts faster than expected once the network establishes itself. That's why many gardeners miss it, they quit too early. What I've consistently observed is that once fungal decomposition becomes dominant, you rely less on external inputs. Compost cycles become faster. Mulch becomes more functional instead of just protective. And nutrient cycling becomes more continuous rather than seasonal. But you still have to respect balance. Too much moisture and you collapse oxygen availability. Too little and the fungi stall. Too much fresh organic input and you can create heat spikes that stress roots. That's why understanding your soil conditions in real time is not optional if you're experimenting at this level. Over time, what you're really doing is shifting your soil from a slow decay system into a fast recycling system. And once that happens, plant response becomes noticeably more stable, less stunting, fewer nutrient gaps, and faster recovery after stress. This isn't about adding something magical to soil. It's about correcting what was missing in the decomposition chain. If you're serious about building productive soil systems, understanding fungal-driven breakdown is one of the most powerful shifts you can make. Because once decomposition speeds up in a controlled way, everything above the soil becomes easier to manage, from growth rates to yield consistency. If you found this useful, subscribe and stay tuned. We're not just growing plants, we're learning how to control the systems that make soil alive in the first place.